I am Magnus, and I will be sharing short stories about comics and art. Hi, on today's episode of Magnus Collects Magnus, I want to show you some untrimmed or test printed comics from my collection. Hope you enjoy. Thank you. First, some words about the technique used for the printing. In the old days, well, maybe not so old days, they were using color guides. I like this one because it's about the Marvel character Magnus Ramström. And you can see here they've used the color guides for each flat color that they want the technician at the printer to put on the different printing plates. For some reason, Gold Key had their own system, which I have to admit I don't understand, but they have also numbers for each flat color, and that's consistent through several different titles. And this was used to produce a engraved printing plate. Each plate contains 4 pages, and then you turn it over and print 4 more pages on the back of that. So you get one big sheet with 8 pages that you fold together and put into the comic. You can possibly see that the ones on the top here are kind of upside down, while the ones on the bottom will be printed straight. So after folding, everything will be okay. They are also mirrored. Like you can see, some poor guy had to manually say what issue it is by writing in reverse. This is a black plate. There were also plates for cyan, yellow and magenta. Coming into our times, they were test printing these on separate layers after digital color separation. Bit funny that this page talks about signals making one combined picture. Here you have on top all the blacks, then the cyan, yellow and magenta. Valiant themselves, for some reason, had negative test prints that you can still see the same color separation. This is for an ad for the EXO Turok crossover. First test prints were on photo paper, covers straightforward. For interior pages, we also have the question of the texts. As I mentioned before, Valiant had selected to put the texts on a separate overlay, and the test prints could include the very final page, but more often there's one test print for the texts and one for the page itself. After printing, the sheets are trimmed, folded and packed together into a comic. And then it will be stapled and finally cut. But sometimes before stapling and final cut, some issues are taken out and saved. You can still see that it's too much border around the pages. Another example, I've been trying to find all Magnuses like this, but there's still a long way to go. These ones also have the cover. The covers, who are printed on different stock, have their own production, and very often you just find the loose cover sheet and not more. And the same way, the interiors you most often find loose. The ones I just showed you, Magnus 01, were issues where the cover and interiors had been combined. Another loose cover. This one is a bit funny. It actually has one staple, but it's the only one of all the uncut comics I have that actually still are incomplete sheets that have not been separated on the top. So you can see that this page and this page were printed together, and then obviously, since this is the centerfold, this page and this page were printed together. And then the back sides of those pages were printed also together after reversing the print roll. And then you have a series of such big sheets that have been together. This one together with the next one here, and so on, until you reach one in the middle where they actually are together. Sometimes you find comics that are where the sheets have been put in wrong order, like one issue of Magnus, and then you can see which sheets have been put wrongly. Finally, I want to show you this one. I don't understand how it has happened, but it's a test print like that, that's only been printed on heavy stock. This comic alone is almost a pound. I finish off by showing you some pictures of oversized test prints. Thank you for watching.